This is Sunny Fonseca with Mortgages with Sunny, your mortgage genie. Today I have Kevin here, my producer. We're going to go over the housing market and where it stands today. Welcome, Kevin.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
What's going on? So today we're going to talk a little bit about where the market is or what's going on between interest rates and the pending sales or active listings that's going on. So Kevin has a couple of questions we're going to go over.
Yeah.
So let's start. Introduce yourself, Kevin.
Oh, I'm Kevin. I'm just here to produce. I have no answers for anybody. I have more questions though, actually, than answers. So what, as far as like the housing market right now, what are rates looking like for somebody who's looking to buy?
So rates have been it's very volatile. It has its ups and it has its downs. Right now, currently, you're looking at a 6% rate or a 6.25. 2 months ago, that same rate with somebody with a credit score of like 680 or even as low as 650 was looking at in the sevens. So it has gone down. How long it's going to last there, it's kind of unforeseen.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, the rates are in the sixes. We're anticipating for it to kind of stay there and stabilize. However, based on the market, we probably project that the rates may go down depending in March, between March and the summer. So that's where they stand right now.
Go down even further than they are now.
So we're not going to go back to the threes ever. That's for sure. Maybe until the next decade. But they kind of may go lower than where they're at right now, maybe in the fours or the fives, depending on credit score.
And so like when the rates go up or they go down, what does that do to the price of homes? Or the price of homes affected at all by the rates?
Yeah. So great question. So my last post that I specified on there is that in December, we had a huge impact of pending sales, which means that there were a lot of people putting contracts in for December. But in January, people who were listing their homes were it was 6,800 and some lower. Okay. So what that means is that the active listings have decreased, and that kind of may inflate the market where it may cause the rates to go lower. Mm-hmm. So here comes that boom again, right? The rates go lower, there's less active. So people are going to start putting their houses for sale because the rates went down. So it's like a conundrum at the same time. It's like a misconception. Like a misconception. It fucks with people's head. Yeah. The rates are lower, let's list our house, but then we're going to start going ahead and putting it for higher price, and there comes that boom again. Right.
So somebody who currently owns a house and is thinking about maybe listing it because the rates dropped, does that affect, do you think that would maybe see a boom in refinancing then because the rates are going down? Yeah. Or do you think that has more to do with the fact that less homes are going up? Do you think people are just refinancing more than putting their homes on the market?
Yeah, so we anticipate to see a more higher refinance boom come again because people who did buy their houses back in March of 2022, they had to put more higher down payment. Some of you might say, well, why am I going to refinance? I don't have enough equity. Yes, you do, because people were putting a lot of down payment and offering above asking price, right? Mm-hmm. So at that point, between March and the summer, the rates go down. The refinances are going to start taking a boom again because people do have equity in their homes that purchase at that time.
Right.
So that boom is going to come back most definitely. Whoever purchased in March of 2022 or higher, they were locked in the sevens at that point, Mm-hmm. So that's definitely going to come back.
Yeah, so now would be a good time, or March when you say the rates may go down to the fours.
Correct.
Would be a good time for them to refinance and get out of that 7 that they were in earlier.
Yeah, because typically when you refinance, you have to have equity on your property. And being that they went in with a higher down payment offering over asking, they're already walking in with equity to refinance.
No, so a lot of people you expect a lot of people to refinance. Do you also expect, the I guess adverse of that, where there are going to be a lot of foreclosures because people were paying above asking and maybe getting to things that they couldn't necessarily afford?
Yeah. So it's a very contradicting question, right? I think we live in such a predominant area in Florida. We're not going to see any foreclosures because, for one, our population is significantly higher. There's not enough inventory. And remember, going in, when these people were placing over asking, they're already going in with equity because remember, when you're placing an offer over asking, they have to come out of that money out of pocket. That's not financed, right? So whatever the appraisal comes in for, whether it's less than what they're asking, that's what the bank is going to lend to you, right?
Right.
So whatever they've offered over asking, they've had to come out of pocket. So which means that the banks never put themselves in that predicament to say, oh yeah, we're going to just give you whatever they're asking for.
Right.
So I don't per se see a huge foreclosure at all here. However, it may actually even spike up because of rates probably going back down again, or that boom coming again of active listings. So that's how I see it. That's my prediction.
Okay. So do you think, as far as the change in rates, will that affect people's ability to get a loan and also?
It may be easier for people to qualify because remember, it's debt versus income, right? But what's going to happen too is the price of homes are going to increase significantly too at some point. Now, do we anticipate for it to go back high as what it was back a year ago? No. As far as the purchase price of homes.
But that's also because we don't expect the rates to get as low.
Correct. So at that point, we're going to stabilize and we're going to just see an even solid line to say rates are even, purchase prices are even. What are you waiting for?
Right.
You know? So I think that's how I see it.
Okay. Do you think they'll kind of get a little bit more restrictive with guidelines for people getting approved?
Great question. Every day, something happens with the housing market, new guidelines come about, right? There's more restrictions. So it's funny you ask. Recently, FHA guidelines just became a little bit more lenient to allow first-time homeowners to become homeowners. So yes and no. Yes, as far as because you know, there was a lot of fraud. Sometimes that starts happening when things come into place. So the guidelines get more restricted. But I don't per se see it getting more restricted. It's actually gotten more lenient for FHA buyers to be homeowners. You can buy a home as credit score as low as 580. You could have a certain qualification factor. So it's a little bit more lenient now. And I think it's only going to get more lenient.
So it's more accessible to more people now than it was, say, even a year or two ago.
Yeah. It's created more opportunity for first-time home buyers or people with families who are wanting to get into homes. It's created more opportunity for that, you know? So it's going to get even better.
Okay. Now, I know you've mentioned the inventory of housing a little bit. How do you think that's going to be affected in the short term and then also in the long term?
Well, that answers our scenario that because there's not enough inventory, housing prices are going to go significantly high again.
Right.
So when people start putting their houses for sale, there goes that people are just going to start getting into it again. And then, I want 35,000 over asking, 75,000 over asking. And there comes that boom again, right? Because there's not enough inventory. Their population's so high here.
Yeah, supply and demand.
And right now, that's what I say. I was like, guys, what are you waiting for? Buy now. The interest rate can be changed whenever, you know? So buy now because there's people who want to sell are even offering sellers credits right now. Take advantage of that. Fix whatever you need to fix. Get your credit down packed. Speak to your loan officer or myself and start shopping. Start shopping now because it's only going to get higher again.
So you would say if you're looking to buy, now is the best time to buy.
Now. Yeah. Now. Start shopping now. Get your ducks in a row. Fix your credit, whatever you need to fix, and then start shopping now. Interest rates, don't worry about that. Everybody's like, it cracks me up. I'm waiting for the housing market to drop. Yeah, well, we live in Florida. That's not going to happen. You know, like this is Sunshine State. It's not going to happen here. But in other states, it may apply differently. But here, we're just in that huge predominant population area. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I actually saw a report today from Bloomberg that said for the first time ever, there are more jobs in Florida than in New York.
Yeah.
So.
Employment opportunities went up. And people need to now it's actually better because now people have W-2 income, which is easier for people to qualify. You know, they're back to work. So that creates more opportunity for them to qualify.
Yeah.
You know, so it's gonna get better, I think. We're in a recession. Yes, we are. We're already in it as far as eggs being $10.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But we're already in it. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. So the opportunity is just right now take advantage of the housing prices being actually stable and sellers offering credits than worrying about the rate.
Right.
The rate can always be changed.
Yeah.
Get it now. Get your house now. You know, so
if you have to down the road.
Would you rather compete with a whole line of people standing outside than right now that people are willing to offer you credits or yes, I want to sell or things like that, you know?
Right.
So it's definitely now.
So since listings are down, now's the time to.
Now is the time. Yeah, because they're selling for a reason, right?
Yeah.
If they're selling because they want to move or they want to downsize or nesters, their kids are off to college in the summer, right? They want to go buy a condo. Buy now because they're willing to negotiate it.
Yeah.
Screw the rate. That can always be changed.
Yeah.
But that house price, deal with it, you know, go for it.
So buy now.
Buy now.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I know we talked about a lot of rates and stuff. So I think next episode we should maybe get into a little bit of different loan types that people can.
Yeah, definitely. That's also very important to know what type of loan you qualify for. It's really good to know what options are out there. You know, don't be intimidated. Don't be scared. Don't be worried because if you start now to see what opportunities you have, by the time you're ready to buy, you'll be ready to go. You'll be solid. So speak to your loan officer, speak to myself, you know, so you can contact me at mortgageswithsunny.com or Instagram at mortgageswithsunny and try to get pre-approved.
Yeah.
And then see what you need to work on. You know?
Right.
So definitely in the next episode, we're going to talk about loan products and what are out there and kind of update on guidelines and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excited to learn more because, like I said, I don't have the answers. I'm just here to ask the questions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, thank you for always coming through. Don't forget to go ahead and tune into my new podcast on all podcast platforms and check me out on Instagram, Mortgages with Sunny. Add me on there. And if you have any questions, send me a DM.